You will probably always feel on some level that you are doing your child an injustice. I love my child so much that I know that 90% of the time I don't deserve him. He is the most incredible person I have ever met in my life. And no decision that I make in my entire life will ever feel like enough. And I think that that is just part of parenting and being a mom. You'll never feel like you were perfect, and you'll never be perfect. You're never going to be 100% calm and understanding. And I can sit here and talk to you about what you do and what you don't and tell you how much I know about autism, but I'm still the same mom that goes home and loses my temper and yells and cries in the shower and goes to bed every night staring at the ceiling thinking about how I'm going to run away to Antarctica the next day because I just can't do it anymore. That's the harsh reality of it. I have spent so long beating myself up because I'm a mom that feels guilty and feels badly and feels like a bad mom. I'm not saying it's healthy to feel like a bad mom, but in some weird self-deprecating way, it humbles you a lot to always feel like you're never enough because all you want to do is be enough. And at the end of the day, if every single night of your life you're going to bed feeling like you're not enough, you're probably more than enough because you feel so guilty that you're not enough, that you are probably the perfect person for your child. And that's been the biggest part of learning as a mom that I've done, because every mom I see on TV, mostly, unless they're like me and just likes to divulge a bunch of private information, every mom that I meet at the park, they are put together and calm and they don't yell and they, are just perfect parents. And when I had a child, everybody told me that love for your child just sits on your chest all day. And if you think about it too much, she'll just turn into a flower and it's all beautiful. Being a parent really is not like that. It's not. I love my child unconditionally. I know that. Do I feel it on my chest every day? No, I don't. I know that I love him in every decision that I make. Some days, I struggle to like him a little bit, and that's the cold, hard truth. I love him to death, but he's a little bugger sometimes. But at the end of the day, you're probably always going to feel on some level that you're failing your child. And I think that should be normalized, because the mothers that are open with me, they all say the same thing. I don't think that there's anything we can do as parents that's going to be a perfect job, but my kid's turning out pretty great, so I don't think I'm doing too bad. I went to a workshop once at a child development center, and they were doing a visuals workshop. And it was the first workshop that they had done with the group of parents that ended up being there. And the girl came out and she's like, I'm going to do a bit of a poll. She's like, I want to do a tally. If you've ever sat and wondered why me about autism and parenting autism, raise your hand. And almost everybody in the room raised their hand, which was like, I always laugh that being in the autism community can be like the least loneliest thing ever, because it can feel like such a lonely journey when reality, everybody understands, but no one understands your unique struggle because no two kids are the same. So in that moment, it was nice to feel that bit of solidarity in the room. And she said, what if I wanted to change your perspective on you parenting autism? She's like, what if, and this is kind of controversial and it just boils down to beliefs. So I'm sharing this story because it's part of my belief system. And she said, what if I told you that before you had a baby, your child was just floating wherever they were, and they saw you and they said, that one has to be my mom. That one there, she needs to be my mom. She's the only one that can do it. So instead of us having been like stuck with autism or given autism, what if our children specifically chose us because we knew we were the perfect parent for them? And that brings me comfort in my moments of doubt and self-deprecation, knowing that there's a possibility that my child saw me and couldn't stand a different mom because I needed to be his parent. And that is what brings me a lot of calm when he's the beautiful tornado that he tends to be most often. So